It's a bit of lag, but that should be fine. Okay. Stream is green. I think. Alright, let's see how this works. Okay. Oh, this is my first attempt at a stream in sort of work. So let's go, shall we?
Final step, attach robotic ignition system.
Okay,
Thank you for using help desk technology.
I've got no clue if my voice is being picked up at all. But you know, that's half the fun of figuring out a stream, right? See if what works and what doesn't. Picking up the audio from that while I'm figuring things out. But yeah, this is going swimmingly. As you can obviously tell, there's not a lot going right, but you know, it's how it works. Let's see if I can't keep my... Oh, that's voice. So that's that sorted. Yeah, if anyone's watching this, I apologize while I figure this out. I doubt anyone's going to watch it, but you know, it's nice when people do show up. Okay, I think that's that. I have no clue if my mic's picking up things it shouldn't do, but we'll roll with it and see how it goes. Yeah, so this is the first Ratchet and Clank game.
Welcome to the Gadgetron Help Desk. We are here to offer you advice
from
for your interplanetary travel.
PS2
The
hardware.
Help Desk is a free service provided by the Corporation.
Looks a little funky, but you know, part of this era. Gameplay isn't as smooth as the later iterations, but that's partly to, honestly, it kind of adds to the uniqueness of the game and gives us a reason to come back to it, because it plays a little differently from every other one. Starting is nice and easy. Most of the enemies are made to be taken out with a wrench, and you do have the bomb glove at start, which is, I think, one of the few times you don't start with a blaster weapon. In fact, you don't actually get the blaster weapon until a couple of worlds in, which is a nice way to get you to use your different weaponry. I think the
You can interrupt
Pyrinator's
help
next,
desk messages by
which is
pressing the
a
triangle
fairly
button.
decent weapon.
To
It holds
disable
up
help
well.
desk messages,
The
please
weaponry in
select
this game
options from your pause menu.
does hold up decently well throughout the whole game. even if some get more effective than others by the end. So it could be better, it could be worse. Yeah, nice simple platforming, nothing too effective. Just nice gentle shot, get used to the
That's nanotech. Whenever you sustain injury, let Gadget One's patented nanotech system rebuild your
yeah,
body
nice
from the
simple.
inside out.
3D platforming action. So if you're looking at this channel for impressive things, you might be looking at them in the wrong places. So yeah, just nice, simple. I think this was the Ratchet and Clank I played the least part of, so. Probably should check my options and actually sort out my camera. That'll having a properly functioning camera helps. So yeah.
To use your bomb glove, press the circle button to equip it, and the circle button again to fire it. You can also use it in first person by holding down the L1.
Pretty good showcase for the weapon. They do bomb green shortly, so the bomb right over. Nice. Nice and simple. So yeah, just casually moving along. First game's voice working humor is definitely the most hasn't quite got its footing yet, so a lot of the elements of the gameplay are nice and yet to see the traits of the series, but nothing that really, but it hasn't really evolved to what people would later
Interesting.
associate with it.
You're quite handy with your wrench.
You bet. I built that ship with it.
So yeah.
Currently, I'm in
What
search
is
of
the
someone
stream
who
help
would be of
button?
assistance in saving the solar system.
Oh,
Do you know where I might find that
that
fellow?
shows.
Well,
how
he's on the
useless I
radio
am.
every week. Other than that, no. Hey, what's with the...
Hello, citizen.
Well,
The people on those planets are hosed. Well,
I
good luck
probably
getting
should be
Captain Quark to
skipping
help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use
While
your
I'm
ship to take me to the
streaming.
coordinates contained in this infobot, I might be able to gather
Habit.
further information there.
Even if I wanted to, I can't. I'm missing a crucial component of the ship.
The robotic ignition system.
How did you know that?
I, sir, happen to be equipped with the latest in robotic ignition systems. My programming allows me to start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I'm proposing.
Deal.
This could be a problem. Take care of it.
Whoa, this is great! So that's where I've been stuck this whole time.
Please return your appendages to the steering mechanism, sir.
Huh? Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, and by the way, you can stop calling me sir. The name's Ratchet.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, sir.
You got a name?
My serial number is V54296.
Oops. I'll just call you Clank for short. Hang on.
So you see, it would be most beneficial if your citizens were not in the city when my workers begin removing it.
Preposterous! I will not stand for this.
Unfortunately, you have no choice in the matter.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man. I don't see what's so funny. Captain Quark could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat, you puny.
You have now officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
This is your last chance. Stop this madness now!
Okay, wait. You're right. I will withdraw my troops.
Really?
No! He's all yours, gentlemen. Try not to leave any marks.
Clank? Where are you? Oh, sorry about that. Well, we're not leaving the way we came in.
Perhaps we could procure a ship from one of the inhabitants.
If there are any left.
Alright, so I'll try not to speed over the cutscenes too much. Even though this game's been out for an age and a bit. It's still good to let them play out without my droning and irritating voice over them, I guess. First game's got much more focus on exploration than
Press the
later
square
games.
button to dive, and the X button to rise. Push the X button harder
A lot
to
of the
rise
mechanics
more
are
quickly.
more that than the high action combat that is in the later games. You don't stop with any of the attacks either, so movement can be a bit slow at first. You don't get your first pack until, well, again, a couple of levels in. So yeah, we'll just keep moving on. These enemies are effectively the same range as the first world. Nothing wrong with having easy enemies at the start. Neat thing about the Ratchet and Clank games is a lot of the breakable environments do contain bolts. So you do get a few extra for smacking stuff. So, not only is it fun to smack the environment sometimes, but you get rewarded for it, so really nice for that. Bolts in this game can be a bit of a choke point, so it's good to grab them when you can. Doing something dumb. Yeah, I don't remember this game all too well, so expect moments like that while I'm wandering around like an idiot. So, oop. Always be on the lookout for these boxes. Like mentioned, you'll need a lot of bolts. Mostly for the weapons. Weapons can get quite pricey by the end of the game. And there are some progress blockers that require a few thousand here and there. So always good to have some in reserve. I don't think any of the progress blockers in the first game are too pricey. But with the cost to get bolts, you don't have to block yourself from being able to grab them. swimming's definitely slow, but you're gonna want to get used to it. There's a bit later on before you can get upgrades out there that requires you to move quickly to avoid Ratchet. Nice simple first world. Hazards just send you back and don't make you restart. So it sets up everything you expected to do from the game without putting you really in that much risk. Anything. Game starts at 100, then it can be tough to make progress. Just as much as I spin the camera around and get confused. As you saw briefly, the Bomb Glove does have a limited soft lock. So it will try and aim towards enemies. Short range in it being a thrown weapon means there's usually some minor accuracy to that. Right way. So yeah, it's definitely good. Definitely more relaxing than the Ratchet and Clank games, especially at the start. Just picked up a bit towards the end. So if it didn't, that would be a bit of a disappointment, really, wouldn't it? So yeah. I hope my voice is being picked up still. That would be fun if it wasn't. So yeah, nice, simple, pretty relaxed opening. Stakes are low. Nothing. You don't really want your main character's first game to start in a full whistling pace. Definitely gain the benefits from a slower start to get you warmed up. Get nice and invested in world around. The sound the bolts make is really satisfying too. Like clink, clink, clink. Yeah, it's nice and fun.
Dad, blast it!
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
All right, wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
Escape transports?
Newsflash, giant robots attacking! The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this god-darn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
Geronimo!
Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close! Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
But we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long!
Kid, let's M-screen!
Eject! Eject!
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarks.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say. I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Gadgetron infobots give you coordinates for new planets. Now that you have the infobot for planet Iridia, you'll need to find a ship to get there. To enter look-around mode, press and hold the L1 button.
Tutorials pop-up is help desk. Get used to it because it pops up quite a bit throughout gameplay. It's a lot less intrusive than some pop-ups from certain characters from series that have appeared on the channel. There we are. Yeah. The level then loops back, and you can then go explore the second part. The level structure of most worlds is usually split up into this like little mini sections. You can then loop back to the start, and then start looking for the other parts. Sometimes you can't play parts through the other worlds. So it does have a nice dynamic. You don't always have to stay on the same world. Not too long. Getting hit by the basic about what you expect. It's definitely a different experience having to stream. Having to keep it all focused is definitely takes your attention away from the game. If you've never streamed before, then you obviously
hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my infobot. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime, or just fighting grime, come to Al's Robo Shack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's Robo Shack, it's Quarktastic!
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me? Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Now that you have coordinates to 2 new planets, you can use your ship. Press the select button to bring up the map. Your ship is marked with a star.
First visit to the world, there are more boxes around. Only some of these respawn on the world, so it's definitely good to play with the game. You can get boxes bolt restrictions later on in the game. Too. And with that, we can grab head over to one of the other worlds. You hoverboard related to get from Skid McMarks once you get him back to his ship. So we're going to Iridia first and grab that. Conditional cutscenes, the way that the old game mask loading screens, so they're fairly good at what they needed to do. It's something to keep attention on the game. If you've got full ammo, it's best not to smash those Gadgetron boxes. No sense in wasting free ammo. So yeah, just keep going.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
When you buy a weapon in this game, it only comes with half of its ammo, so
Try the Gadgetron Quick Select system to activate weapons and gadgets. Hold the triangle button and then select an icon with your left analog stick.
weapon that requires a little. Well, it's a weapon that only really works in the first Ratchet and
It's
Clank
him,
game.
Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
The later
In the
iterations.
flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space
Second
battle I
game's
was
version
in?
kinda
We saw ya, screaming for
sucked.
help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, all right. You just keep that foot elevated.
So yeah, the process is fairly decent at this point in the game, but if you want to keep it really short bursts to avoid burning too much ammo.
To use the velocity, hold down the circle button.
I think they generated a spawn enemies in this place. sections they are best at usually come on well after they first become available for purchase, which is nice. Gives a little bit of leeway when it comes to acquiring, especially good for the late ones. There is a way to get a discount with this game, and with how limited the fault limit is in this game, you really want to be saving as many bolts as you can, so avoid spending money on ammo where you can. Make use of what weapons you've got on stand or has ammo. Clearing up insert ammo using the wrench is safe too. Though of course don't limit yourself to just the wrench unless you're doing a challenge. Part of the fun of the Ratchet and Clank series is of course the incredible weapons. So taking that away from yourself, even in the first game where the combat is a little bit stiff, to put it politely, is a bit of a mistake. Even if you've got like one your other weapons. One weapon that you can get now working. When you're playing games, it's really about the experience.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
You've just acquired a Gadgetron Z3000 hoverboard. Use your new hoverboard at the racetrack in Blackwater City on Clank Railgun.
Did what I normally do and smack the explosive face with the wrench. Definitely try not to do that. Yeah, that was the brightest move. Expect to see that a few times during many streams of this game. Okay, that's half well done. Oh, that's pulled me into the mud. It's how the later Ratchet and Clank is very tempting to restock your ammo all the time. There's usually plenty of ammo crates around. You can't outrange these guys flamethrowers. You can easily bomb from this distance. They're fairly durable at this point in the game. A lot of enemies don't yet quite durable enough to take 2 hits from the bomb glove too frequently. encounters really its own little puzzle rather than full-on action section to figure out how to get through each section without taking unnecessary damage, and each hit will take away from your each hit you do take will reduce the number of mistakes you can make in the next section. So the better you get at one section, the more errors you make in later one. It's definitely a nice little give and take. Feels weird having just 4 hit points if you play the later games. Your health doesn't upgrade your health build here. It's one of making use of its and this guy will happily hit himself the first time. The explosive crates drop bolts as well, so either hit them with a wrench throw or just, run up to them and step on them. Which is definitely a good thing to do. So yeah, it's a nice little casual gameplay experience in this one. Can't do any jump tricks until you get the path. Can make getting them slightly slower, but it's nice not to have to worry about any particularly long jumps while you're getting used to the camera. And getting used to the camera is something you're going to have to do, and I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah, that's completely the wrong way. Yeah, I need to go to the other side. Okay, yes, it's up here. Yeah. Nothing fantastical, just pretty basic gameplay. The ledge grab was a bit slow in the first game. But nothing about this game is super speed. And just keep plodding along.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Yeah, that sets up the hoverboard thing for later. Another thing this game does quite well, everything kind of, despite the world being segmented off, they do interlink together quite nicely a lot of the time. Sweet. So yeah. And yeah, that's that well cleared out. Nice and easy. We'll have to come back later when we get the hook shot. Hook shot, swing shot. It's not ocarina. But yeah, nice simple with simple build up. Definitely the easiest Ratchet and Clank game to start playing. If you've played a later one, then you'll find a lot of the controls a little bit stiff and the lack of strafing or proper lock on. Not quite there yet. There's a lot to enjoy in the first Ratchet and Clank game. You can see why it spawned so many sequels. A lot of things that made the series great are here. And, well, as far as first game goes, you can certainly do a lot worse than Ratchet and Clank. It's got a fuzzball protagonist, it's got a bit of attitude. It does get a little bit. I'll leave that for later in the game.
To quickly center the camera, just tap the L1 button.
Which section I want to do first depends on if I have enough bolts for the... Yup.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Blaster in this game is fairly weak, but mid-range with decent ammo count, fairly passable range, and it can be used as a decent utility in a lot of situations. And with its low ammo count, you don't need to worry about its ammo too much. It's definitely a decent fallback option when you just need to clean up an enemy. It doesn't get quite as powerful as some weapons, but it also doesn't fall off badly. Line up that enemy, doing the dog thing, and you can shoot right through it. Take them both out quickly. You need to be a little bit careful about your ammo. Well, careful. Too many ammo. I stay down. Not really. Aim your shots and not miss everything. Yeah, the early comp is nice. Difficult to go with the range, but the bomb doesn't do great against them. I wouldn't run up and flamethrower them either, really. So, Bloss is probably the exception to the weapons. They don't have their best seconds on the point going off. It's just fairly interesting. They wait a few levels to let you have it, but it's immediately useful for what you need it to do, which is interesting. Which is fairly interesting. Yeah, fairly interesting. Don't mind me. I'm just bumbling and mumbling my words. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all. Blaster can be a fair section, but pyrotechnically works better. Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of mumbling. A lot of enemies take forever to get to their shooting poses in the parts of the game, so you can really just blast them. Spectacular, just keep going. Trying not to fall off an edge.
Ratchet, that's the man we saw on the infobot. Remember? He knows Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
So, now that we've cleared that up, what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your Infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service. Okay, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait! Ratchet, am I cool now?
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
And here's where you get the helipack. And with this, your movement options open up quite drastically. You're quicker. You have a forward jump, lock shooting animation, so watch the ledges. Yeah. It's a nice, fun little helipack.
You'll need your new
action.
helipack stretch jump feature to cross
Some
this
of the
gap.
ledges look like you can
While you're
jump
running,
them, but
crouch using the R1 button
Well,
and
you
then jump.
me showing the helipack, and then the one time I need to actually do it, I fail it miserably. You know, that's to be expected from me at this point. Keep going. Oops. Well, I'm making a right show of how not to play this game at this point. Oh well. This is definitely a game where you've got to be able to have a little bit of time and go through the planet, do each segment one at a time. You don't need to do the whole planet in a go. Don't feel free to break it into chunks. You've got so much time.
Try using the glide feature of your new helipack. Jump, and then press and hold the X button in mid-air to fly.
These guys take a few hits on these weapons. I think the bomb glove with 2 hit points. You have 3 hit points. Knock them down and then wrench them for a quick kill. And if you knock bolts off an edge, they'll usually come back to you, I think. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. Is there a section over there? There's yeah, checking the map constantly can help you keep track of if there's anything interesting about. Early on, most of the time it's just bolts you'll be missing out on, but you know, always good to grab them when you can. Certainly need enough of them if you plan on going into the medium class. The gold weapons you can get are pretty pricey. Even on regular new game, you'll have a fair few things to pay for them. You probably won't have bolts for right away. So yeah, always worth checking your map in case you miss anything. Sometimes you will have to backtrack depending on what you have. Like with the helipack we just got, we can backtrack and grab some bolts here. So, always good to check what you have and where it can be used. Nothing too complex in that regard. Nothing great here, just a few bolts. But sometimes you'll find other collectibles in these little areas. got a lot of collectathon routes in a lot of ways. So yeah, nothing spectacular. Just casual Ratchet gameplay, which, depending on how much you can stand my droning, might be fine. But yeah, just clean up this section and might do the swing song section coming up to an hour, and that should be a good test. See see if I need to adjust the settings. Still need to get used to speaking at a reasonable volume, because yeah, my volume control isn't great. So yeah, if you happen to be stumbling on this stream, yeah, the quick pause does not leave the game. With any sort of urgency, you'll have to do it in the pause menu, which is fairly right. That mine guy you need to watch out for. His mines do not disappear away, so be wary of them. You never know when you stumble into something like that. And yeah, there's the main flaw of this game is just how it's definitely not as smooth as the later Ratchets, but it's definitely got a flow to it that feels enjoyable to play. I'm all mixing up with the later version, I don't know. Pyrocita... Headstrong runs with Pyrocita. So yeah, no weapon level up, so you don't need to worry about focusing on gaining experience. Just use whatever weapon you think is decent for a situation. It's an example of one of the collectibles. I think I can use the crates here to get to it? Yes, I can. So yeah, use the crates. Sometimes you just got to use a bit of creativity to get to them. Get to things without having to do the obstacle course. So yeah, I assume you meant to go up and around, but because I hadn't destroyed the crates yet, I can just use them to collect that gold bolt. Wow, I've actually had viewers. They haven't stuck around, but you know, more steps. Oh. Enemies typically don't have good aggro ranges, so you dip out. Get up to de-aggro before trying to do it again. Quick 1-2. Bomb there and then smack them. Definitely a nice little flow combining your different weapons you've got access to. Even early game you can make good use of how one weapon can make you flinch, and then you can smack them with your wrench to clean them up without wasting any extra ammo. And I did not know there were bolts back here. This will make it a lot easier to avoid everything. I'm wondering if I should do this platform. I should have checked that, yeah. But that's probably fine. Just use these ones here and get up onto this ledge. And get these ones over here. There I can I've noticed that massive stack of crates, which, considering how big they are, probably isn't a good sign for my ability to locate things. Yeah, it's definitely a game that rewards some situational awareness, which I do not have a lot of, so expect me to miss really obvious things. Hopefully I won't be missing any more massive stack of bulb. So, you know. That could be a bad thing. The shots actually ripped off it if you're moving. So that's something to keep in mind. Bomb gloves don't, but the blast definitely does, so keep that in mind. Yep, we want to. That was fun. So yeah, the enemies can get stuck in some fun falling animations there, which can lead to moments like that. So you know, that's pretty fun. They work out the little things like always collect your bulbs. Never have enough cash. Bomb glove ammo. I think getting 2 means it's full. So yeah, the only weapon I'm using ammo on right now is the blaster, which is good. I think the other weapons are more immediately useful in the upcoming stages. Don't think there's any...
Executive Chairman Drek. Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, the little info bots are quite cute ways of giving you new locations. So little details of what make a infamous error. Well, that and decent controls. So yeah, nothing too spectacular. Just keep moving on.
Welcome to the Captain Quark Fitness Course. If you're strong enough, fast enough, and clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive a reward from my head trainer. Simply make your way to the third island to complete the course. Good luck. Quark Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank?
Yes?
Do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And why do you think that is?
Possibly an injury incurred while battling evil?
This isn't the real Captain Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Oh.
Yeah, talking for this long is definitely a new experience. I need to make sure I've got water on hand for the next one. Otherwise it gets really painful. I can see why the streamers have to make sure they stay hydrated. It's definitely a little tiring on the throat. But it's actually a fairly fun experience actually talking through a game. I doubt anyone's gonna want to watch me blather around like an imbecile, but it's definitely a different way to play, and I get to play through a game I've enjoyed in the past, and get to do so again in a new situation. Just some nice. It's nice. It's definitely a nice experience. I'll need to make proper stream times probably. Probably won't do it too frequently. It's very tiring if you're not used to it. Definitely respect for like streamers keep them coherent.
These moving walls also function as jump slots. Jump and jump again to kick off the walls in midair until you reach the top.
On the people they're meant to be interacting with. So yeah, it's me talking at nothing for an hour. Fun experience that. But yeah, I'll probably just finish this obstacle course up, and then I'll probably cut the stream after.
Listen up,
So,
you
yeah.
loudballs! That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course!
What do you mean?
We finished the circuit, ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it is weak. When I was competing, I would devour courses like that for breakfast.
Bet that's not all.
If it were up to me, you would drill for the rest of the day. But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quark.
Captain Quark knows about us?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot, so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
All right, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today, the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad. Life's not fair.
Sweet.
Always
I
fun,
bet
that.
Captain Quark uses stuff like this all the time.
The cats in the first game are
Real
definitely
men
one
can
of its
swing
strong
without
suits.
silly toys like that. The two of you make me sick.
Congratulations on your new Gadgetron Swing Shot. Use it on standard Versa targets like the ones nearby. If the target is out of view, use the L1
Section of the
button.
level, and oops. That was yeah. Letting go of the swing shot too early means you drop straight down. Lost an enemy. Yep, full on enemy again. That back lost section. So just gather a few loose bolts and then head back to the ship to finish the level. And yeah, that'll be a decent enough test, I think. And we'll see how this ends up looking. don't have the highest hopes, but you know, it's fun to do things like this. And it's definitely a way that I can just casually play through games I want to show off, rather than having to make full-on content for them. I think I'll just save here and then stop the screen there for now. I didn't really plan this out very well in advance. And there we go. We'll just leave off on Quark's face being being Quark, and yeah, I think I'll end the stream here. So no one's watching, but in case anyone ends up deciding they want to put themselves through this on YouTube, I'll leave off with saying thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll learn to mumble less in future streams.